life. J-O-L. Only one shot. Yeah. First of all, there is only one shot, only one life, only one Epiphany Suite. Let's get it right. But we do have several rooms for y'all to come and kick it. Living, bedroom, office, man cave, to be specific, it's sliced. And we vow to keep it interesting. Laugh with you, give you the real, see it manifesting. Midweek, you made it through this day, this hump night. Every Wednesday, 9 to 11, we take flight. ATL, next 100, and funded. Two of the funniest. We survey the streets, this what they wanted, yeah. IBNX Radio is the .com. Welcome to Epiphany Suite, A-Star, talk to 'em.
Here with y'all's a life, it's a mood to survive. Only one shot, got the temperature right. Ain't nothing off limits, got the ear to the street. Hot topics now, rocking with the Epiphany Suite, yup.
It is Wednesday. So you know what time it is, how we start every week. It is Wednesday. It is time. Welcome to the Epiphany Suite. I am your host, Miss Shala. Only one Shala if you follow me on social media. How are y'all doing? It is a wonderful day after the holiday Wednesday. So we are going to get into a lot of different things we have going on. We have a guest that is coming in. And plus it's my birthday. Yes. It is my birthday. Yes, she celebrated another trip around the sun, and this birthday did hit differently, as you all know, because I survived Corona, so I am a living, walking testimony, and I'm ever so grateful for that because, good news is always, it's always better to be, let me make sure I can say this right, it's better to be celebrated than to be remembered. Think about it. So since I'm on this side of the ground, of the dirt, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have a good time tonight and talk about, it's a lot to talk about. A lot has been going on. If you've been watching, have the Democratic National Convention that's been going on. We are going to discuss also why the rule still applies. You can never trust a big butt and a smile. I mean, it's some real mess going on. Some justice has been served. It's, different things. We also have a 90s R&B star, R&B from a singing group, who is making it, who's doing phenomenal, making waves on the business side. So these are the things that we are going to discuss. We also have to talk about, we have someone coming out with a new project. We've been waiting on them, and someone's getting a divorce. And I don't think anybody's surprised by it. So we definitely have a lot to discuss tonight. It's going to be a dope night. We actually have Kevin John here with us, president of Island John Vodka, black-owned Island John Vodka. And so me, cocktails, some good laughs, some good company, learn a little bit about business. All in all, it's going to be a dope night, all right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into some music. Then when we come back, we'll introduce our guests, and we'll see who else is celebrating. Who else had a national holiday yesterday besides myself? I guess I won't be all the way a Leo and just think it's all the way about me, even though it is. We won't. we won't be like that. We'll share. Other people had the honor and privilege of being born on the same day as me, so they're ever so blessed, all right? So when we come back, like I said, we got a lot to get into. Get comfortable, go grab a cocktail, and let's have a good time. It's the Epiphany Suite right here on IBNX Radio, ATL's Next 100. I'm your host, Miss Shala, and we'll be right back.
Go, shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And we don't give up, it's not your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, if you're into getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, if you're into getting rough. When I pull club out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Rolls down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man. Roll them trees up. Bro, you watch how I move, you mistake before I play up pimp. Been hit with a few shells, but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lady saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But I live in New York, show, they tell you I'm local. When the plan is to put the rap game in the choke. I'm full of focus, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still on the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. A girl from Wooded, they buy, and they ready to go find me a club. Bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need. If you need to feel the buzz, I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, get into getting rough. You can find me in the club. Bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need. If you need to feel the buzz, I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, get into getting rough. My flow, my show brought me to go. That brought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my shoes. Look on me, I done came up and I ain't changing. You should love it way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? I thought that you be happy I made it. I'm that cat by the bar, toasting to the good. Like, moved out the hood, now you tryna pull me back, right? My jaw get the bumping in the club, the sound. I'm with my eyes to chicks, if she smash, she gone. Hit the roof on fire, man. Just let it burn. If the talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate, watch the money pile up. Or we can go upside the head with a bottle of bug. Come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club. Bottle full of bug, mama, I got what you need. If you need to feel the buzz, I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, get into getting rough. You can find me in the club. Bottle full of bug, mama, I got what you need. If you need to feel the buzz, I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, get into getting rough. Don't try to act like you don't know who we be, neither. We the club on time, so pop on. Shady aftermath.
Because that's how we started tonight. That's how we shout out to Johnny, my engineer, Johnny Weirdo, who just went ahead and gave me that good old classic. I don't know if the song is a classic, I'm the classic. We're going to take both. That's how we're going to do that. But yes, it is Wednesday, the day after national holiday, which is the birth of me. 8/18/1978. Now, I do know some ladies are, a little sensitive when it comes to the age, but I didn't survive too much. I have, been able to say I made it throughout the years. So how ungrateful of me, this is me, not to go ahead and let you know I have lived 42 years. And plus y'all need to know the melanin, how I age. You need to see how I age real smooth and gracefully, okay? So I guess Has get here. We're going to let him get adjusted and then we'll bring him in. But in the meantime, in between time, there's some other people who were born on this same national holiday as myself. Just a few. One of them is Parker McKinney Posey. Now, you may remember her from My Wife and Kids. She also was on BET, I want to say it's the Lies People Tell. Correct me, I'm sorry if not. BET people, let me know. Games People Play. Games People Play, that's the name of the show. So she grew up into a beautiful young lady. Also, Master Killer of the Wu-Tang Clan. His birthday was on yesterday as well. And none other than Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo from The Cosby Show. He also celebrated. And last but not least, ATL's very own Freddie O. If you've been to any event in Atlanta, if you have been really to any event, any African-American based event that you have seen Freddie, one of the nicest dudes that you can ever come across. In my days of doing with the magazine, he was wonderful. Seeing that I'm short, he would, if I say, hey, you want me to get that photo, he would do that. And so every time I see him, it's always a smile. It's always a good attitude. So, Freddie O, if you see him, cash app him. He, especially those of you in media, you all have used some of his photos, and you know how he never made a big stink about it. So make sure you cash app him, and cash app me too. It's at Miss Shiloh, right? So I don't want to advocate for somebody else before I advocate for myself. So to everyone who celebrates a birthday on 8/18, happy birthday. Congratulations on making another trip around the sun. I pray that the best is yet to come. I know it is for me. My prayer is that everything that I touch will prosper. And that's what it's going to be. And this is also my last birthday from here on out, from every birthday here on out. At minimum, I'm going to have a 5-figure balance. That's the minimum in every bank account. From this the last year without that, okay? Mark my words, because that's how we're going to do. We're going to grind hard, we're going to manifest, and we're going to pray, but that's what it's going to be. Because I'm going on a yacht and going to put on clothes that's too little for me and be in the middle of the ocean with zero cares like I see some people do on Beyond Deck on Bravo. All right? That's what it is. So we're going to get into it, take another quick music break. And we come back, we have the man himself, Mr. Kevin John, president of Island John Vodka. And make sure you get comfortable, because we want to make sure after we hear all about it, we're going to get into, he's going to discuss some of the things that's been going on in the world. Like I said, we have to discuss why. The rule is still true. Never trust a big button to smile. Trust me, you want to hear reason why that rule, it has a whole new meaning, okay? It's the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. I'm Miss Charlotte. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Birthday. It's your birthday.
If I die, bury me inside Louis style.
They ask me what I do and who I do it for, and how I come up with this shit up in the studio. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. When I die, bury me inside the Gucci style. When I die, bury me inside the Louis style. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. She got a big booty, so I call her big booty. Skirt, skirt, wrist moving, cook, get into it. I'm in the kitchen, yams everywhere. Just made a jewel, I got bands everywhere. You the really nigga, breathing if I hold my breath. Referee with a whistle, hold his tag. Extendo clip, extendo roll. When your girl leave me, she need a house alone. Had weed killer going on the chopper-thon. See, I done had more bombs than Pakistan. Dope bomb, and a pill bomb. See, I'm ballin' you in wheel car. When I die, bury me inside the jury style. When I die, bury me inside the truest style. True to my religion, to everything, I'm too different. So when I die, bury me next to two. They ask me what I do and who I do it for, and how I come up with this shit up in the studio. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. When I die, bury me inside the Gucci style. When I die, bury me inside the Louis style. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. All I want for my birthday is a big booty.
Yeezy, how you doing, huh? It's my birthday, I deserve to be greedy, huh? She holding now, she ain't giving to the needy, huh? You go downstairs and fall asleep with the TV on. Y'all been together 10 years, you deserve a menage. Especially if you put that BMW in a garage. Especially if you paid a couple payments on her mama crib. Went to her niece's graduation, man, I hate those kids. Last birthday, she got you a new sweater. Put it on, give her a kiss and tell her do better. She said, how about I get you jewelry from the West End? How about she hit the West End and get a best friend? I'm joking, I'm just serious. I asked her, don't be acting like no actress. If we preaching, then we practice. Don't be reaching, don't be touching. We in Kanye West Benz, cause I will turn you back to a pedestrian.
They ask me what I do and who I do it for, and how I come up with this shit up in the studio. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. When I die, bury me inside the Gucci
Yes, I'm in first place. Welcome back to the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. And I'm your host, Miss Shala, and yup, it's my birthday. And just like a Leo, yup.
Leo season, baby.
The best season ever.
You guys are real primitive.
What?
Y'all are real primitive. Especially when it comes to y'all, man. Real.
I mean, we're more territorial. Protective.
Yeah.
We're protective.
Well,
you know.
Yeah,
we're protective.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You jump on one real quick.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, well, you know what? Let me introduce you so everybody knows who you're talking to.
Better.
So, if you just tuned in, where have you been? But it's okay. That voice that you are hearing is none other than Kevin John of Island John Vodka. Yes, Island John Vodka. So after tonight, I need everybody to go and clean the shelves out.
That's right.
Of Island John Vodka. It is black owned, and we have to support it. And you all know the rule here in the suite: when we support, we mean pay.
100%.
Okay? Pay.
But to everybody out there, you know, you're gonna find Island John anywhere between 19 to 25 bucks. I guarantee you spent 19 to 25 bucks in a way where you get that back. With Island John, 100%, you're gonna go get you another one. So
there it is. All right. So, and I wouldn't steer you wrong. Y'all know I definitely wouldn't steer you wrong. So we're gonna get into the entertainment news, and then later on we're gonna talk about Island John, how it came to be, and also we're gonna get into the need for black-owned spirits and how we can support even better.
That's right.
But for right, let's go ahead and get into a little entertainment news. So, MC Mariah Carey, she announced that the Rarities album is going to drop on October 2nd. This would be her first album in how many years? It's several years. But however, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I would have to say I still like her original stuff when she's going through stuff with Tommy Mottola, but I'm still open. Are you a Mariah Carey fan?
I love Mariah Carey.
Favorite Mariah Carey song?
No, I'm not, but I love Mariah Carey, especially when she came out on the court to sing a song to Michael Jordan, is when I was like, whoa. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
When he was playing for the Wizards, his last season.
And she came out to surprise, to serenade.
Yeah. I was like, woo.
Yeah, that was dope.
Wouldn't it be nice to be Michael Jordan that day? So Mariah Carey, hats off for that.
I think what I love about Mariah Carey is that she had no problem, even though they tried to do her as pop R&B, she had no problem crossing over, bringing hip hop in. When she did ODB,
right.
When she did the Honey remix with Bad Boy, when she did Breakdown with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
She was so versatile. Her range, what she was able to bring to the table. I mean, if she wanted to go country, she would have towed up.
Yeah. So I love that about Mimi. So congratulations to her. Looking forward to it. And now on the flip side, when we get to since we're talking about MC Mariah Carey, let's talk about another MC. Hip hop legend, MC Lyte and John Waish, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
After 3 years.
Divorced after 3 years.
Like,
is
really?
anybody surprised?
Nah, I mean, why'd you even start? Is my question.
We know they met online, and
it's kind of like me building a brand and be like, you know what? After the third year, it ain't working out.
Yeah, well, ain't nobody gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it either. Nope. Y'all always trying to get me in trouble and then leave me out there by myself. So I'm not gonna say it. Put it like this: no one is surprised by this. So what I will say is that we definitely wish both of them the best in their next phase of life, and hope that what comes, find love. Everybody deserves to find love. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it. Y'all can say it. Y'all get me in enough trouble, so I'm not gonna say it. But yeah. So we do have some congratulations that are to go out, and spectacular. Now, y'all know since I'm 78, when it comes to the music, I can go Otis Redding, I can go Anthony Hamilton, I can go Belle Biv DeVoe, I can go New Edition, Temptations, I can go Boys to Men, and Spectacular
Ooh,
is from the group Pretty Ricky.
he sure is.
Yeah, the Grind With Me, that.
He the only one making millions after.
He did. Spectacular's company, AdWizard, has earned multi-millions and has landed him on the Entrepreneur 360 Best for U.S. privately owned companies for the second year straight. I have watched some of his branding videos, and it's phenomenal what he has done.
With social media, yeah.
Yeah, with social media, yeah. Yeah, for you as from the business side, like I said, we're gonna get into the drinking, not the drinking side, but you know what I mean.
You drinking already?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to catch up. You know what? I got a little juice in here.
You want a cup?
I got a cup. Okay. We gonna make it happen.
Okay, bet.
When you see stories like this of a young black man, what are some things that you take away from as a businessman?
He was able to master his skill set and master what was available to him to capitalize off of what we have today in social media that a lot of people aren't able to do, and he's able to offer that as a class. So what's awesome is that he's teaching others how to do it as well. You know what I mean? He's not keeping it close to the chest where he wants to be the only person doing it. Although I'm sure he's probably reaping some kind of rewards from teaching folks. But, at the end of the day, if I show a man how to catch fish, he can catch fish for the rest of his life. So I think it's awesome.
I do. I agree. I think I'm always inspired when I see situations like that, or hear success stories, because I'm of the belief if it happened for them, it got to happen for me, because goodness is not a respect of a person.
Yeah.
And so I just like to be able, I'm looking at like, what did they do? Because what I'm not going to do is reinvent the wheel. I just had to talk with my sister today. She's like, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can just do what they do and see how we can do it faster.
Exactly. But, that's that's a crutch for the black community. They always want to reinvent the wheel and instead of following through another path that's already been cut down for you.
And if they really dig and research, they'll find out that we had already, it came from our community anyway. Just, you know what I mean? It was just a little whitewash.
100%.
That's enough. Y'all, like I said, y'all determined to make me go there, and I refuse. I refuse, not on my birthday. But, you have to, I was just having that conversation today, is that we have to learn not to try to reinvent the wheel. Just copy it and put your own little smoke on it.
Yeah.
You really do.
100%.
Yeah. So congratulations goes out to him on that. Like I said, let me hold something spectacular. Let me hold something. I'm just saying, and I hold it. I don't want to pay it back. I want a donation. Thank you. Cash at me. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're gonna go ahead and hop into Island John. I'm gonna go to break just so I can fix a drink. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie about that. And when we come back, we want to get into it, the story of the background, because it's a beautiful story. I've heard, I already know, but I want you to share that with you all so that you'll know what you're buying into and what legacy that you'll be a part of. Okay? So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back. This is the Epiphany Suite on ATL's Next 100.
When I said I didn't love you so, I should have held on Choose wisely.
Will I fall? Will I fly? Heal my soul, fulfill my high, cross my heart, and hope to die with my slide of devil's spine. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Yeah. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult. I'm stacking this paper, it's sort of habitual. I blow the residual and f***ing your bitch like it's part of my ritual. Part on the visual, but money you give me a heart on a typical. I wanted it physical, $1 million I count up in intervals. Without it I'm miserable. Don't wanna fall off, so I'm all in my bag. Thinking God like it's biblical. I know it's gonna solve every problem I have. I ball on the principle. Remember the teachers is all on my ass. Now look all of them pitiful, and all of a sudden I'm so good at math. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die. Uno, dos, tres. Big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My drinking's running tip drills. Can't sit still, don't give a f*** if it kills. It mixed well, I'm only counting big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My drinking's running tip drills. Can't sit still, don't give a f*** if it kills. It mixed well, I'm only counting. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Proceed with caution. I heard if you taste it, it only results in a hole in your heart. Good, I take the whole cake and I won't leave a portion. It's only an organ. Thank God mama couldn't afford the abortion. The loneliest orphan. I flip my misfortune and grow me a fortune. My rollie is scorching. Them niggas that hated it slowly endorsing. Not coldly important. My nigga Vasani like Tommy and Martin. We ballin' your cotton. Then skate with your like we Tony your heart in. She don't need a garments. She horny from all of the money we countin'. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die. Uno, dos. Will I fall? Will I fly? Heal my soul, fulfill my cross my heart and hope to die with my slice of devil's pie.
Yeah, welcome back. It is the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. I'm your host, Miss Shala, and sitting in with me today, my guest co-host, who, you know, we've been chopping it up off air and is full of personality. So you know, excited to hear what he's gonna have to tell us. He is Kevin John of Island John Vodka.
What up?
So, first, how you doing? Thank you for being here.
I'm doing great, man. Had a an awesome day out there. You know, shaking hands and kissing babies, what we call it. You know.
Schmoozing. I call it schmoozing the crowd.
Yeah. You know, getting out, talking to new accounts, making new friends. Sharing the good juice with our people, man, and just exposing the brand. It's a marathon; it never stops.
That I do. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Island John, Kevin John, any relation?
Island John.
Island John and Kevin John. What's the correlation? Let me see what happened.
So. Island John started when started with my dad.
Okay.
Back in the mid '90s, right? He actually started a men's clothing line, a linen clothing line back in the mid '90s. It was a name that my younger sister gave him, and it just stuck, right? So my dad ran with these. I'm like, look, you know, I could possibly build a brand with this. So our surname is John, right? But for stylistic purposes, we dropped the H and made it Island Jon.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
You know,
you know,
As-
it's all about
flows.
branding. It's all about branding. You know what I mean? So yeah, Island John.
Why vodka though? Because normally from the islands you expect rum.
Yeah. So
So what?
right.
or-
So when we should have gone right with rum, we went left with vodka. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the Caribbean doesn't have a vodka to call its own. Right. But also through my dad's travels, specifically in Europe, is where the whole concept of Island John kind of grew some, rooted in thought and then process. Because in 2014, he then shared the first copies that was made in a Ukraine distillery, and said, "Kev, I'm working on this project, Island John vodka." So, guys, my family is not a huge drinker of alcohol in general. Right?
Okay.
But when I saw this, I was very pleased. I was like, all right, packaging looks decent. It was a black bottle, so if you ever Google Island John, you're gonna see it in a black bottle with green letters going up, vertical up the bottle. Island John Carib Premium is what it was called.
Okay.
So he shared that with me. So this is a project I'm working on, and it stayed in my fridge for about 2 months until a Christmas event, and I brought it out and shared it with folks and got some feedback on it, right? And then 2015, it just, I got the feeling that I should reach out to my dad and ask him, what's going on with the brand, like, maybe see how I might be able to get involved and, develop some things potentially. Anyway, long story short, I told my dad to send me a bunch of bottles. Down in Midtown Atlanta, we did our first tasting event. We kind of curated a quick event, had some friends and family come through, drink the product, had my buddy come through, Brandon Daniels. If you know Brandon Daniels, give my man a shout out, man, because he was part of this whole journey on the front end to curate what we have today. But we got people in the room, took video, took some impressions. Al Dixon as well, my photographer, appreciate you. And that's when everything just started germinating. The seed with me with Island John, that's when it started. Like, I think it was June 10th is 2015 is when we did that.
Oh wow! So y'all just
Yeah.
y'all new to the game.
We knew. Like, but we didn't jump in the market then. That's when, in hindsight, it was a confirmation for me to get involved with my dad.
Okay.
Right, when I look at that event, right? We bootstrapped it. I have no beverage background whatsoever, right, at the time. So I took 2.5 years from June to December of 2017, November of 2017, learning the whole industry, right? From how they distillate the raw material. We make ours from corn.
Okay.
You can make vodka from rye, you can make it from sugarcane, you can make it from potato, you can make it from wheat. You can make it from any carb that produces a sugar, right?
Is cannabis included into that? I'm just asking for somebody somebody.
No, cannabis will be included as a additive to the product. Right?
I'm just asking for
it wouldn't be a fermentation of it. However, don't quote me on that. Y'all don't quote me on that. Okay. Someone will probably do it someday.
Okay, we just asking for the connoisseurs of the cannabis.
Yeah, so we kicked it off in Georgia. We kicked off our campaign in Georgia. I was able to get distribution through Savannah Distribution fairly quickly, right? And they hooked us right away, and we hit the ground running. We got into nearly 100 accounts the first year. We were made down in Newport Richey, Florida, where my dad lives. So the story goes, I put my dad to work so I could go be out here kissing, shaking hands and kissing babies and doing what I need to do. Knocking on doors, pounding pavements, having conversations, and just building brand awareness and making sales.
So let me ask you this: what is it? And I've served at the Black on Spirits Expo 2 years straight, and so I learned a couple of things. But I like to hear from the owners. what are some of the things that you all need so that we can, when we go into like chain retail restaurants such as a Chili's or a TGI Friday, that we can make sure that we're asking for Island John? If it's not available, how do we push that to get you all in there?
Make a fuss. Make a fuss. Make a scene at your table. Say, man, y'all don't have my favorite vodka. I love me some Island John. Why come you guys don't have Island John, especially in our black-owned restaurants?
Yes.
Make a fuss, because I feel, and I love those guys, and I say this with all love and intention, that if we don't support our own, we can't create what we need to create, right? There's bigger brands out there. Understand that us, our skin color, being brand owners and being curators of brands, we're young to this. This is an old industry.
Yes.
I'm talking about 1800s old industry, right? So you got big players in the game that got bigger pockets, and given our community doesn't have the access to cash like our counterparts, it is difficult and challenging to build a brand, right? But I'm not afraid of hard work whatsoever, but don't do business with me just because I'm black, but do business with me because I have a quality product, and I just happen to be black, which is a caveat for you, right? As a black-owned restaurant owner, right? And also be intentional. Take a sliver of your budget and budget it towards picking up black brands that you like.
Yes.
You know, I'm like, no one's gonna run away from your restaurant with you picking up a quality product and you're introducing it to folks, right? We talked about people don't want to reinvent the wheel, but we're great followers.
Yes.
We're great followers.
But not great copiers.
But not great copiers. Ain't that something?
Ain't that some ish? We're not great copiers. Right. Yes. And I think from the consumer side, that's for the restaurant side, but restaurant owner, but from the consumer side, the reason why it's so important for the brand, the reason why he's saying make a fuss, is because there's a difference in a margarita and a Hennessy margarita. So it's one thing for me to have a martini, but I want an Island John. Is it guava?
Yeah, apple guava.
Apple guava martini. See the difference? So that's the reason why I say let's make sure that you ask for it by name. Because eventually it's going to be like, okay, we got everybody coming here asking for this, and we missing out on sales. Yeah, we need to go ahead and get that ordered in. And also what that does is it opens doors for other black-owned spirits. Absolutely. And then if you are a business owner, remember, what you receive is what you plant. So you can't ask for the community to support your business if you're not supporting others in that same position of you.
100%.
You know,
and vice versa for us as well. Vice versa for us. Like, you know, you guys are picking us up, and you know we're making hay out in the market, but we also have to have a plan for making that hay to return it to the community in a way where it's productive and it's progressive, right?
So are you in restaurants now?
Yeah, we're in restaurants now. So my guys out in Fin and Feathers down on Edgewood, and they have a new location in Douglasville. Damon, my guy, has been looking out for your boy, man. So definitely.
And he's going to open up another restaurant, I believe.
Yeah, man. He's heavy in the game, man. So absolutely appreciate the support from those guys, man. Also, we got a couple spots out in Woodstock, downtown Woodstock, as well. We have another spot out in Cumming called CT Cantina. Up there on 400 exit 12 and the Halcyon. It's like Avalon number 2. If you haven't been up there, definitely check that out.
Avalon is dope.
Yeah, Avalon's dope, but they're building one just 2 X's up from there. They built another one. It's still in the works, but they got restaurants running in there now. But yeah, check that out. CT Cantina. If you're looking for some quality Latino food, good street tacos, you know, quality food, quality drinks, they make some great stuff. So definitely.
Okay, so there. Now, do we for us anything over in the SWATs? Anything over in?
No.
Okay, so there's a problem. There's a problem. It's way too many black-owned restaurants over there now. Come on now. So
I don't want to call nobody out, but so
y'all
just
y'all
need
know
to
who
step
you
up
are.
to the game.
Y'all know
just
who
need to
you
step
are.
up to it.
Don't make me call you out. If not, don't worry. I DM you. I know who you are. I'll DM you. Don't worry. But so we're gonna take another quick break, and we're gonna come back, and then I want to actually get a chance to talk to Kevin about what they've seen as far as in the industry, especially in today's climate, as far as racism, being treated differently, or anything like that, and then go from there. And then we have to talk about some other people's business. So meanwhile, we're going to take a break. I'm going to have me a little bit more Island John. If he taking a shot, I'm going to take one because it's my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Girl's birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
You got to take a shot.
I'm going to, so I ain't never scared.
Yeah.
All right? So, again, if you have any questions, we currently have a watch party that's going on. If you have any questions for myself, if you have any for Kevin, make sure that you go ahead and you drop those down in there. Like I said, don't... But y'all know me. Don't ask me a question you're not ready for the answer, okay? I'm past, as you can see, I'm past the years of worrying about how you feel about me. But I love y'all, though. All right? So we'll be right back. Let's get into some music. It's the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. I'm Miss Charlotte. We'll be right back.
Yeah. As a shorty playing in the front yard of the crib, fell down and I bumped my head. Somebody helped me up and asked me if I bumped my head. I said, yeah. So then they said, oh, so that means you gonna switch it on them. I said, yeah, flip mode. Flip mode is the greatest. You know, and as a shorty, I was always told that if I ain't gonna be part of the greatest, I gotta be the greatest myself. Come on, yeah, come on. Yeah, baby, what a surprise. Give you something, make it sucker hold over your eyes. All my people getting money capitalized. God, little small guy, we on the rise. Everything I do from touch platinum eyes, full of your grip, you know we come with all our supplies. Got a big gun and I'ma show you the size. You mess with any of my flip mode family ties. Me and my people be coming through, stroking you out, killing off any and everything you're talking about. See you in the club, now we walking you out. Should've thought twice before you went and open your mouth. Yo, anyway we stay keeping it moving, messing with the wrong rubber. Hope you know what you're doing. Now blame me, all the same fuckers is lame. It's not a game, no, my name's still quick in your brain. You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more. Your split with a cheese at? Give me some more. You know we always need that? Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. Cars in a big crib? Give me some more. Everybody spread love? Give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say, give me some more. Flash with a branch, give me my cash, look at my ass. Running with my money, son, go out with a blast. Do what you wanna, dummy, not in the corner, you messing up the order. Go ahead and meet the reporter. Yo, she tell me news on how you switch to a miss. Little fake funny style, dog, shit with a stench. So now I pass you straight, I don't got nothing to ask you. Make a little room for me, you know my name will pass through. Cartier, Cindy 48, her waist. Roll with all of my numbers from around the waist. When I come through, you people know I do my thing, bring motion to generate money. Cha-ching, arrest you, lyrically, flow will caress you. Bless you, then the brother come to your rescue. Why you assuming that I blossom and bloom? I'm coming soon, hit you with a boom, give me some room. You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more. Your split with a cheese at? Give me some more. You know we always need that? Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. With the cars in a big crib? Give me some more. Everybody spread love? Give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say, give me some more. Yo, live on the know what I mean? And represent why we getting money and reign supreme. Hope y'all niggas know we coming through full steam. Can't see me, better turn on your high beam. All my people while I'm ringing the siren. Flip off, we already over my team. Never should you ever try to piss on my cream. My OD when my shit get all in your bloodstream. Every time we be ripping and be blowing it down, blowing you off. Messing with the hottest numbers around. Buckets with me and my people run to your town, holding it down, taking the wallet, they give me my crown. Hey, all my people need to come and surround. And brother be hitting so much to make you fall on the ground. Sure to make you shot, that's what I be all about. Trying to get out, making all of you people fall out. You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more. Your split with a G's at? Give me some more. You know we always need that? Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. With the cars in a big crib? Give me some more. Everybody spread love? Give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say, give me some more.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right.
On top.
It's tricky. It's the play. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. 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 It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. 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 I met this little girlie. Her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave real early. Really sleazy. All they just say is please me or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy. It's tricky to rock around, that's right.
And it's still cool to rock around, and it's still tricky. Welcome back to the Epiphany Suite. I'm your host, Miss Shala. And we also want to say, hey, they did find the killers, and they've arrested someone in the murder of Jam Master Jay. Yes, for justice being served. Boo for what the actual situation was going on. So it's two-sided. I wish I could, for his family, they need to know who killed. Bottom line, murder is wrong. I don't care what it is. It's wrong. So
why did it take so long?
You know, that's a good question. The thing is, I think what the good thing from that is even being able to, that they even kept doing it. Because we still don't know who killed Biggie. We still don't know who killed Tupac. But I will tell you all this, all killers. Let me, public service announcement to your killers. These feds sitting at home and ain't got nothing but time to dig through evidence and find your ass. So whatever you did, you stuck. Because right now, U.S. citizens, we not welcome nowhere. So, and I've been checking for reservations on Pluto because the Earth been so ghetto. And and the reality is, these alphabet boys, they got nothing but time to sit here and go through these cases. And so, you know, one, save yourself the headache. Go on and turn yourself in. You know you did. I don't even know how you're living with the guilt of it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how you could take a life and still be okay with that, no matter what the situation is. I do know the situation with with Jam Master Jay, is that they're saying that it was in regards to a drug deal. It's still, it doesn't justify that, and that's not the only person. And then I never know why y'all always go for, basically, whether high end or low end, the corner boy. Y'all never go for the heart of the operation. It never makes any sense to me. That's why I can't be no criminal. I'm gonna think about it too much. If I'm gonna take over your operation, you understand what if I'm gonna take it over, I'm gonna take it over. But, you know, understand that that's hypothetically. I would never be a criminal. Big Bertha not gonna get me in the jail cell taking my virtue, okay? So sitting in with me tonight is none other than Kevin John of Island John Vodka. And before the break, he was telling me about the story of, y'all, he put his daddy to work. He put
my daddy to work.
He put his daddy to work so he can go around and drink.
That right.
All right. He put his daddy to work so he can go around and drink. And my mom just, you know, she over there sitting in the lap of luxury. I'm just saying, she over there straight spoiled. They wonder. So before the break, we were talking about the different woes and things going into this, and as you stated, is that a lot of the other brands that we have heard of, and we, for sake of branding, we're not going to really mention those because it's all about Island John, and we don't want to confuse you as to what you need to buy when you go to the store, okay? But with those older brands, is that it does have a, for sake of conversation, whitewashed control. All right, but if you go
no
in,
sugar color,
no, you know,
no sugar color.
but if you really dig into the history of it, then you will find that it's coming from your ancestors in a lot of cases.
That's right.
In most cases, I'm willing to put money in 97% of those cases. Go check. Y'all let me know next week if I was wrong. But one of the things I did want to ask you about during the break that I thought about is, how has that been working with your father? Because working with family can be difficult. Mm-hmm. It can be difficult. Right. And then when it gets to the point where you all are at, you know, now you're per se not the boss of your father, but it's a balance, because we have to be father and son, so there's a respect there. But now we got to be business, you know, and that's not always pretty. So how have you been able to balance that?
We haven't.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
to keep it 100 with you. We haven't.
Cheers.
But what I would say for those that desire to get in business with their family is have a honest conversation. You know what I mean? Especially if there's going to be an equity split, how much money one's putting in, what kind of work they're going to be doing, what are they going to be in charge of. Everyone has to be accountable. No one can't ride anybody's situation. You know what I mean? And you have to be honest and forthcoming with it. You know what I mean? And if you don't meet those parameters, then there's a repercussion for either loss of equity or, you know, a boot from the team. You know what I mean? So you can't rest on what you've done in the past. That's kind of like, I went to the Super Bowl once, and so I'm gonna slack off the next 10 years and not win a game. Like, who does that? You know what I mean? So you know, you just have to have those honest conversations.
So let's get to the black of the situation, because I don't know about your house. In my house, it's just certain things that we just can't say. Like, I just can't tell my mom, get your ass in the kitchen and cook. I just can't do it. I not live to tell about it, put it like that. So the way my melanated house is set up, it doesn't work like that. So when you have to have those discussions, when you have to actually go into president mode and say, no, this is not what we're gonna do. I'm not, you know, and you just can't. It can't be yes, no. It's gotta be like, you know, John, Mr. John, you got to get your ass in there. You get the corn. I need it done. All the extra you talking don't matter. How does that feel?
It's all about being diplomatic about situations and scenarios, right? You know, heading a company is taking everyone's ideas into consideration, and knowing where you are at the infancy or what stage you are in business to see how executable that is to happen, right? It's all about execution at the end of the day, right? It's easy, especially with a spirit brand, to go off in la la land and start really dreaming up all these promotions and advertising and stuff like that. But if you're not winning at the ground level, man, that's in any business. I don't care where you in. If you're not winning at the ground level, it makes all those dreams and other ambitions of the marketing creativity side of things very difficult, because you need cash flow.
So when it's holidays and things like that, do you all say, this is holiday time, we're not going to discuss business? Because like me, it's easy for me to flip back into business mode, especially if all the tasks that I want done. So sometimes it's a matter of somebody saying, which really, that may explain why I'm single. Because I easily go be like, have you thought about that? No, I need to do that. Hold that thought. Do you all, like I said, when it's time to do family time, do you all say, hey, this is time in which we're not going to discuss business, or does it ever stop? Because you all are still technically in the infancy stage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're very startup stage. For
Yeah.
Sure, for
So
sure.
how does that work with the family perspective of it?
Well, it depends. I mean, I'm always on, right? When it comes to business, I'm always on. So it just depends on who I'm interacting with in the family. But
He got one of those. The cousins that y'all see where he kind of like chuckle and walk on off, he's talking about you.
But I'm always on. It doesn't. It could be 1 o'clock in the morning. It could be 5 o'clock a.m. It could be a birthday party. It could be a Christmas day, and we still talk about business. You know what I mean? So
I get it.
It just depends on the person who I'm talking to, really. And
The
honestly,
cousin that
you know
ain't no
what I mean?
bottles around, that's
Yeah.
because you got to stick your fingers that he's talking about you. It's you. Yeah. Eventually going to stop inviting you over, because as the money gets bigger, nobody has time to take their holidays and worry about what the hell you done picked up.
That's right.
As he's talking
100%.
to you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm going to go ahead and let you know he's talking about you.
She riding.
He's talking about you. So ideally, in the world, in the spirit world, what have you faced as being a minority business owner, black business owner? What are some things that you have faced, or have you faced any type of racism in the industry?
I haven't directly.
Okay.
But as I tell everybody, there's a devil on every level, right? So as we get bigger and we start taking market share from other brands, we may see the devil sticking his head out, seeing what's up. So ask me in a couple years. That question may be different.
Okay, how many years? Because we'll have no problem in calling back for progress. I'll probably be on TV by then, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be on TV by then.
Sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it'd be a whole different situation.
Yeah. That's where I could dress up in my tuxedo or in my suit, open collar, looking fly.
I take that.
And talking to you.
Yeah, I take that. I take that. Look, I'm all for getting dressed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you say that, and which is very true, and I believe that you have to have those devils in every level, because you'll never learn to really appreciate. If it comes too easy, then it's something you done missed.
Right.
If
Right.
it comes too easy.
Right.
What advice would you give someone, a business owner, and it can be in the spirits world or outside? What are some things that you would tell them to be prepared for in the first? You said you all spent about 2 years just learning.
Right.
So what would you tell other business owners when they are at that first moment when they realize, hey, I got a good thing here?
Educate yourself about the industry. It's easy to jump into something and just, know it on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
But when you educate yourself about the industry, people respect you when you're able to have conversations that are valued to others. There's a lot of people that have a brand, a spirit brand out there, specifically talking about celebrities that just want to put their name on something and throw some money at something just to say, hey, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to it, your longevity is about you as a founder knowing your craft. It's just like if you wanted to be an athlete, you just don't go run a lap and say I can run track. You got to go train.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go train to build your endurance. If you wanted to be anything great, there's a training process. There's an education process. And you got to respect that process in order to get what you want in return for it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results.
So y'all got the free education. If any other education that you want, you would need to book him.
That's
and
right.
when I say book, I mean pay.
That's right.
You have to say that to people because they be like booking. They be like, "Well, can you come through and talk to me and my cousins, and we'll post it or whatever." And you're like, you have to pay. It's gas. It's everything involved. It has to be a fair
You
trade.
just take me out to dinner. Take me out to dinner.
He said, "Take you. Are you gonna be cheap like that, nigga? What's
It's not about cheap. It's about adding value. And I'm like, if you feed me, I'm good.
Well, there it is. Look, for that reason, he'll be back at the Epiphany Suite next month. So now that we talked about the business, like I said, and thank you so much for being so transparent, especially when it came to the family situation. The two flavors that you have.
Yep. We have.
Why?
We
Those
have
two
an,
flavors.
Yeah, we have an award-winning premium vodkas, Island John Vodka, New Richie Reserve, right?
Okay.
Guys, when I say this is a good sipping vodka, our culture is not used to sipping vodkas, right? We ready to put stuff in the freezer and freeze it out in order to enjoy it. Really, we crafted this so that you could drink at room temperature or at 100 degrees and it still be smooth as ever, right?
And that it is smooth.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that bite.
And most importantly, what we've been getting just from feedback in the market, why people either left vodka category to go to something else like brown spirits and felt like that was a graduation point for them. That's fine, right? But we crafted this for the bourbon enthusiasts, right?
Okay.
It's corn-based, gluten-free. The way we process our product is a lot of the techniques that they use in whiskey before they actually age it in the barrel to get the brown notes and all that stuff, right? So,
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Wait a minute, for the people at the back.
oh boy.
So are you telling me that vodka is bourbon without the color?
That's right.
Sure enough.
Show no.
Y'all hear that ish?
Show no.
Vodka is bourbon without the brown.
That's right. So bourbon is a mix of two raw materials, which is corn and rye, right? It will get a mix of both. One will be a little heavier than the other, right? What makes it bourbon, right? So you got your rye bourbons, which are more on your 55, between 50-55%.
I'm trying to take the look of shock off my face.
And then you got, and then there's an element of corn in it as well, right? And then you have corn whiskeys. You got corn,
Nobody corn whiskey
you got
from
corn
Alabama.
whiskeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's vodka before you age it.
In the great words of that phenomenal talent, Tony Baker on IG, I never knew.
Yeah.
I never knew
A lot of
that.
people don't know that.
I never would have correlated that. Wow.
Right.
Okay, so you said the new Richie Reserve, which is the premium.
Right, the premium. So what we do in addition to optimize your experience with the vodka, we rest it for 20 days.
Okay.
And that process is sitting in cold charcoal is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And what that does, it continues to pull the impurities out, take the edge off. It softens the product, so you don't wake up feeling your brain shaking in your head, and you don't get a tummy ache from it. Most importantly, you get a good mouth feel on it and a really good finish on the back end, where it's little to no burn on it, right? So part of that is our process to developing a quality brand for people to love and appreciate.
And then
We have the
apple guave. Did I say it right?
You said it beautiful, but I'm gonna correct you.
Okay.
It's apple guayab.
I'm gonna get it right. Apple guayab.
That's right. Apple guayab. So guayab is French Creole. It's a head nod to our Haitian brothers and sisters down in Haiti, as they were the first to liberate in the Western Hemisphere. Right. So
know that piece of history.
Know that piece of history. So a lot of what we did in our packaging was to draw back from the Caribbean, right? To show our roots, to show our family. Our family's from Trinidad and Tobago. My dad grew up there.
Okay.
The bird on the bottle is the scarlet ibis. It's the national bird of Trinidad and Tobago. 1950 is indicative to my dad's birth year as a subtle nod to his vision for the brand, right? A lot of the artistic elements also go back to my dad. I tell my dad, I'm like, dude, this is all you just in a bottle, right? So I'm using his image to make millions of dollars. So
put his daddy to work. I don't know.
That's right.
We're still trying to see the verdict on that, but till I talk to the daddy, I'm not quite. If the daddy is happy, then we'll let it go. Other than that, we calling the parent welfare system. we calling the parent welfare system. Y'all. So y'all just put it on pause till I talk to the father, and once I talk to the father, then I'll let y'all know if we need to call the folk on them or not.
For sure.
But you know what though, my mom, she's born in 1950 as well, so they're just dope.
Yeah, my dad's birthday's coming up here in November, so we need to.
What day? Because my mom's in November.
4th.
November 30th.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
November 30th, 1950.
She's a little sad over there, huh?
Yeah, so you got. And I'm a Leo, so.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There's some fireworks in the household, boy.
It is fireworks, and we're both.
Y'all light the world on fire.
Man, but that's my ace boom coon. But
y'all
sometimes
like that California fires out there, boy.
I think sometimes we get on each other like.
That's what's up.
But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't.
Right.
So, one like I said, Daddy, blink twice if you're okay. If you're not. Just blink once. I will call the parent welfare system, and y'all will have a new president tomorrow because we're not gonna have you mistreated, okay? So let me ask you this: when it came to choosing for the, let me see right, apple guave.
Guayab.
Guayab. I don't know why I want to do guave.
Guayab. Come on, say
Roll
it.
Tide.
Guayab.
Guayab.
Yeah.
Look, I have to say my government name enough,
okay,
and it wears me out.
Okay, girl.
But that's what I do. My government name is like, Shala, just let it roll. Just let it roll. But then something else, I'll be like, look here, Shala, it's AG. Look here, Shala, it's just AG. Is it this what it is? Get a martini. Say Island John. They'll know what it is. Say the apple part.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that we definitely say that right. What made you decide to go with the two different options? Why not just stick with the reserve? And do you all plan to add on different flavors in the future?
We do, so great questions. We wanted to craft a quality vodka. So first of all, it's easy to do a flavor in vodka. When I say easy, because it could have a wide appeal, right? When you can make an exceptionally good vodka, right? And someone could put it in a glass and just sip on it and chill back, and it's good. It's hard. It's difficult to do that because there's not a lot of companies that produce a good vodka, right? So we wanted
not a sipping one.
And not a sipping one. So we wanted to produce a quality vodka that people could put in a glass and enjoy. Not going to give you a headache. It's a small batch vodka, man. So we wanted to do that for the connoisseurs in the industry. We call this the apple guayab.
Apple guayab.
Yes.
Did I do it right that time?
Yeah, you said it perfectly.
Okay, apple guayab.
So we did this it's a door opener. We call this the gateway bottle. But for those that I don't really drink too much, or I don't really drink vodka that much, but those that kind of whine about how they consume spirits, whatever the case is. This one is for everybody. It's sweet, it's nice. In our 2-year ramp up, my dad called me. He's all like, Kevin, what do you think about doing guava? You know, I grew up in Trinidad, and you know, I grew up with 2 guava trees in the backyard. What do you think about us doing that? So I was like, Dad, you know what? That's on brand. I was like, that's on brand, man. Let's kick it around, and we crafted a recipe for it, and it turned out to be absolutely delicious. Unbeknownst to us, it's the only flavor profile in the industry. Only flavor profile.
It's good. So let me vouch for that. So. It is. It smells wonderful.
Oh yeah.
It smells
so if you
wonderful.
Never had a guava before, go to the farmer's market. Go pick up a couple, put it in your kitchen or wherever you store your fruits, and that thing will permeate the next day, and you feel like you have a guava growing in your house. So that same experience you have in the glass where you could smell the aroma of that guava. Mm-hmm. Guavas as a fruit has this powerful smell, but it's like natural Febreze, if you will. So not a lot of fruits could permeate like they do, especially as they get ripe. But it has a beautiful floral smell on it. It's excellent. So the same experience you have in the cup, it's the same experience you'll have with the actual fruit.
So go get it. I think this is, I would have to say, I'm gonna taste it again so I can make sure I give it the right description. But from what I've tasted so far, see how we do. It's perfect girls' night.
Oh yeah.
It's very good girls' night. It's very smooth. It is very good. It's a good conversation drink.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's a very good conversation
and
drink.
It lingers on your lips. So man, you want to have a nice little night with your lady, skip the wine for once. Get the Island John Apple Guayaba.
Okay.
I guarantee you that kiss is going to be on a new level. And plus, you know, guava got a little aphrodisiac in it too.
So AKA for the hood people, you don't always have to mess with the drunk chicks. And if you do, you can camouflage it with the apple guayaba.
There you go. Oh, that came out nice. That came out nice.
Yeah, with you can camouflage. That's what it, you know, because even hood dudes need love.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So since we talked about that, make sure, how can they find you on social media?
At Island John Vodka. At Island John Vodka on IG, Facebook, and Twitter. And
to our people who are bartenders and things like that, and might be getting ready to enter competitions and would like to maybe partner, see how you know come up with some different things, because I believe in all angles of marketing and exposure. Can they also reach you at through the same avenue? How would they reach you?
www.islandjohn.com.
There it is.
Or go to our IG and hit email, and that comes directly to me as well. So.
All right. So make sure though. Hold on.
Yeah.
When we say partner and things like that, that means you bring just as much value to the table that you want from them. So you cannot, let me have to put it just, and y'all know we family, we keep it honest. So therefore, if you just make drinks for your friends in the basement, then that's not that's not a partnership. Okay? However, if you have your own mobile bartending service, and you have a very popular YouTube channel, that's an even exchange. Okay? If you're not sure, DM me before you DM him, and I will let you know if you need to even approach. Because you're not going to say you've seen him over here at the suite and then you just went over there. No, we're not going to do that. Okay? But since we've talked about business, we've talked about what to do, where can they buy it? I do know you said you all are in a lot of different stores, but as far as in ATL, where can we find Island John?
Towers, Greens, Max, Camp Creek, World of Beverage. On the top side of town, you got Jack's. You got Cumming Beverage Mart. We got who else? We got Brandon Barrel. We got High Spirits. Hey, just go to islandjohn.com/locations. Add your zip code, and it's going to tell you where the nearest store is. If it's not in your store, request it.
Yes. their website. We flood their website saying where is it, where is it, where is it. When you go to the liquor store. Now here's the trick though. Don't go in there acting foolish. Say, hey, do you have Island John vodka? I promise you, you want them to hear the name. Don't go in there ratchet and wreck it, okay? So y'all have gotten a lot of good tips. So y'all should have a good date night. Because if you get to the bottle of that bottle, it should make for a good night if you do it right, all right? And then if you can do teach it like I said.
If you bottle game right.
If you bottle game right. And then if you say apple guayab. See that I got it. So now that we did that, anytime we have a man up in the Epiphany Suite, we want to get into their business, get their insight, see how they think, if they all think alike. So we started a section called Black Men Speak. And so this is where we pull from, where I'll go in and I will pull from a quote from a black man. And I want to see, hey, do the fellas agree or do they not agree? So we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to see what the black man said. It's the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. I'm your host, Miss Charlotte, and we'll be right back.
Pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up.
or twice. Them motherfuckers nice. I'm the king of the blood sport on mics. I'm from an era you had beef, y'all probably fist fought on sight. Get your ass beat at the basketball court on spite. They tell your wife to put your life support on ice. I'm the rap Pernell Whitaker, the honorable minister. Leaving every amateur inoperable, I finished them. Making plaques out of their head like dead venison. Used to be the battle tonight with M. Illiton. Spilling over fabulous shams, my man Dillison. Rep speak for me, I am the ventriloquist. I'm so stubborn, the government won't govern. That brother you spoke of, it just wasn't as dope, was it? I'm cold buzzing, I never been low budget. A taste of your own medicine, here come a dose of it. I break free like Chesamar, keep them guessing hard. While broads say my bars, it's like ASMR. All my dogs is at the reservoir. Top 5, I'm what the legends are. Live at the edge of darkness and light. One phone call, my youngest taking flight. You a bark, bitch, you never bite. Long kiss goodnight, I stay heated. My people in the place needed. If you ain't standing up for yourself, then stay seated. And they cheated, they lied like a miracle. Vespucci, I'm a miracle, I'm still super lyrical. Live from the Terror Dome, loud like a megaphone. Tough most the third, 7-inch heaven bones.
I said that we live in a land of criminal. My era, my era, my era, so original. I survived it and that's a miracle. Man.
Cause I'm from Slaughterhouse. Check yourself. Like Ice Cube said before you wreck yourself. Like Wu-Tang said, you should protect yourself. I got it going.
Better hope an ambulance is en route. Papers a hand grenade soon as I pull the pin out. I am the Santa Fe, Mandalay, Orlando, and Colorado, and Columbine all combined into one. I don't walk the line, but you run, cause we don't got no time to waste, so come on, Denon. They call me 5 to 9 and thought, da-da-da-da. And like a shotgun, I'm ready to cock it on them. Ladies stretched out like the Optimum. Never had no trouble keeping up with the times. I just adapt to the climate, I treat it like my Levi's. When they ain't buttoned up right, I adjust on the fly. My fingers put them high, that's why they call it a bird. Cause you put it up in the sky, and I'm like a spider crawling up your spinal column. I'm climbing all up the side of the asylum wall and diving a pile of Tylenol. You're like a problem to a diabolical gynecologist trying to ball. If it's not, well, up, you just buy me. Double timing the rhyming, I leave you stymied. That's why they still vilify me like Bill O'Reilly. I'ma show you what I mean when they call me the Harvey Weinstein. It's 2019, I'm conniving. When I'm on the mic, I'ma stand out like a lime green white Peter with a knife and I'm a sight. See, you can see from the ring I'm wearing me in this game. We got married already, had the prenup ready. Was taught us, should have seen her belly. She barely was 3 months pregnant. Big Daddy gave me a baby, we named it Machine Gun Kelly. Now here's to LL Big L and down. K Solo Tretch and G-Rap, DJ Polo, Tony D, ODB, Modi, Run DMC, at OG, NEP, MD, DOC, Ice-T, Evil D, King TUT, FO and Schoolie, DPE and BDP. YZ and Chi Ali, Rakim and Eric B. They were like my therapy from B.I.G. and Paris 3 times open, so we'll never see in PRT. And WA and ECE and DRE was like my GPS. Without him, I don't know where I'd be.
Man, here we go. I said that we live in a land of criminal. My era, my era, my era, so original. I survived it and that's a miracle. Man.
Cause I'm from Slaughterhouse. Check yourself. Like Ice Cube said before you wreck yourself. Like Wu-Tang said, you should protect yourself. I got it going.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Trick don't kill my vibe. Trick don't kill my vibe. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music, I was sharing, but today I'm feeling trick don't kill my vibe. Trick don't kill my vibe. Trick don't kill my vibe. Trick don't kill my vibe.
Look inside of my soul and you can find gold and maybe get rich. Hold up, Trinidad James in 4 weeks, but now my album platinum-ish. So what? Y'all keep the numbers. I'm more than another statistic, my this courtesy of Compton. Brooklyn go hard, motherfucker. Love me on the east like I'm Chuck D. Dominicans wish that I was born there. I'm looking to be the God MC. You look at my hat and see thorns there. I look at the game and see porn there. I'm fucking this industry hard. I'm back at this money, teabagging your honey. You thought I was fresh off the yard. Don't crack to me, tell me you're lightweight. They tell me you're nice and I'm lightweight. Go give me a knife, you're looking like steak. And when the stakes are high, I stake out for days. And when the water resides, you're probably food shape. But we ain't thirsty, never alert me. I got a B89 in a suitcase, I know you heard me. This is a burpee, lyrical exercise. Right now, homie, I'm extra vibe. Pipe down on the curve when you heard that I got these words to the upper echelon. That's echelon.
I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Trick, don't kill my vibe. Trick, don't kill my vibe. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music, I would share it, but today I'm giving. Trick, don't kill my vibe. Trick, don't kill my vibe. Trick, don't kill my vibe. Trick, don't kill my vibe.
Up in the clouds, me and my spouse. Rumors on the ground, getting too loud, please turn them shit down. Can't hear myself think. Turbulent shit, almost spilled my drink in the white house with a mink. Running through that like it's my house, all up in the hall like a mall. Told you motherfuckers all I do is ball. No, I don't remember you, I don't intend to empty my memory bank. It's $1 million in the baby Hillary Swank. Sitting next to Hillary, smelling like gang. President departed, name one out there harder than him. I wait. I've been in my wave like 20 years straight. I've been on my vibe like 20 years straight. Don't fuck up my high. Nights like this, I can fuck up a pie. Still be straight. Fall back, got a lot on my plate, don't waste my breath. I don't know how many moves I got left. Back to this joint. Smoking this like I'm trying to prove a point. I'm the highest title, numero uno. Kill my vibe, that's your motherfucking funeral.
Between you and me, turn eulogy to urinals. Pissed off. I minister this generation, my fault. Leader of the new school. On my toes like a ballerina who knew I'd be Black Swan. World in my palms, ironically, I am the close shot as best cause I didn't drop the ball. Told when I was 16 that I had a 16 to put it right on the big screen. In a paddy wagon with 16. Should have been in the pen, but now my pen rang with morphine. I healed. Touchdown with morphines, I killed. Audio crack, cat keys to meal ticket. Cardio lap was running for dead life, but now running the map. Picture little whole me giving a from what a gotta say. Never be Jay, never be Nas, never be Snoop nor Dre. You ain't get killed in Vegas or in a suburban. Puff Daddy wasn't your favorite. So many washed up with detergent, but I don't dry tears. I just aim at them on purpose like blah. Blah 14 like blah. If they had another magazine like blah, then a young guy get blah. I kill them all when they tryna kill my blah. I am the bad, the good, got the last, the hood, got the last that would try to pass a good chop. And Sean's a Black Beetle, then I need a 10-second drum solo. See at Woodstock.
Baby, you can't beat a good orchestra over a hip hop beat. You just cannot. You just cannot.
That's 100%.
Yeah, you just can't. So welcome back to the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. Make sure you follow us on all social media at Epiphany Suite and follow me at Only One Shala. That's only the number one Shala, SHALA. All right. So we are sitting in with our guest co-host whom we've had a good time with. We got so caught up in conversation. I meant to get another shot and didn't get it because it's my birthday. That's what I got to do. But we're sitting in with Kevin John, president of Island John Vodka, which is also smooth. And we have told you fellas, technically, you know, back in my day, in my days of my wayward ways, I would tell you that if you had an extra good night, you need to run me my 20%, but I've evolved and I'm not like that. I'm going to tell you to cash app it to me.
She went digital.
Yeah. So before the break, I told you we did it last week with the gentleman from the Atlanta podcast. And Johnny, was it beer, lager, whatever they gave me? It was dope. With the peach.
The lager you had last
week? The one that they gave me. Yeah, the one that they it was a lot of it in there, but it was good. But it tastes like a smoothie with alcohol in it.
Those are amazing.
Those are the best kind. That's like being in Mexico forever.
Yeah, that's what they gave me. The guys of the Atlanta podcast, you know, they're all about beer and everything like that. So they partnered with, I forgot the name of the brew house, and they created, it was called Mobilize, Strategize, and they brought me a can for my birthday because I'm not a beer drinker. I'll be honest. Give me, you know, not to sound country and hood, but to be who I am. Give me some liquor. Got time to be wasting my time with no wheat water and bread and barley and oats and all that. Give me some liquor. But they're determined to get me to the point where I am can understand the whole lager,
Lager,
ale.
yeah,
And see, already I'm gone. Is it cognac? Is it vodka? Is it tequila? It's much easier like that. So shout out to them, but it was pretty dope. It had like peach ring candy in it. It had peach cocktail. It was pretty good. It really was. It made for a nice nightcap. So yes, they were my first birthday drink. And so shout out to them. But we started with them last week, and this week we have Kevin John, and you've been a man all your life, right? Just checking.
That's right.
All right, just making sure. We don't need no imposters or nobody, posing. So I found this post on Facebook. Like I said, Black Men Speaks is where I'm going to go into social media. I'm going to pull some of the things that men say. If you follow me, you also know that I do have a panel discussion event called Wine, Love, Glam. And we deep dive into stuff like this. So this is actually light. If you've been to Wine, Love, Glam, you automatically know we go there, all the way there. And a lot of times I wind up going off maybe one person. And that's just because with the foolishness. So this week, I pulled this from, it says, a lot of modern day women want the title of marriage, but not the responsibility. Won't submit, won't stop partying, or quit social media thottery. They just seek a sperm donor and financial supporter who validates her every day. Your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, let's address the submit part, because that seems to hit a lot of it doesn't sit right with the average woman, because they feel like that is subjected to them submitting, right? When it comes to a marriage, it is for the male to submit wholly to his wife, right? More than it is for the wife to submit to her husband.
Why do you say that? I haven't heard that too often.
Say.
Okay.
That's from the Bible.
For husbands to submit to their wife?
Some people interpret differently because of male ego and dominance.
Okay.
And the Bible saying that the man is the stronger equal of the woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you live by Christian values or not, right? It is for the male to die to self for his desires, which means submit to meet the desires of his significant other. Right.
Yep.
So
y'all got that part about the submit.
Yeah.
Now we'll say this: the caveat to that is that the problem with I think where a lot of men miss it is that the submission that you're looking for is really just a lack of leadership skills on their end.
Ooh.
Because
it
is. It's a lack of leadership. That's because right. I'll be honest.
But see, leadership comes through submission.
Exactly.
Right? So Jesus didn't just tell people what to do. He got down on his knees and washed everybody's feet, according to the story. Now, if you believe it or not, it's a parable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he showed through leadership that I'm going to wash your feet. I'm going to submit to you before you submit to me. And I'm going to lead you in a way because although you have me at high standards, I'm going to come down to your level, right? To show you that I could be eye to eye with you instead of above you.
So, and so that we can go into this statement, it says modern day women. When they say modern day women, what is your thought of that? Okay, we had the same question because I'm like, so you telling me you dated somebody from the 1940s? Like, what's the reference compared to that? Because if we not modern day, what it is?
I think in context, it just depends on how you was raised and the community you grew up in. You know,
the fool probably dug us somebody from the graveyard.
A white man idea of a modern day woman would probably be our idea of a woman that stays at home and raises children, versus a black man like, oh, you got to go to work too because we got bills to pay.
And in these untrying times,
and you have to have a career of your own as well, you know. But I think that has to kind of be in context of how you was raised and the community that you're from and where your tax bracket's at. So
it's interesting you said the tax bracket. I do like that because he did go on to say they seek a sperm donor and financial supporter who validates her every day. My question with this is that if you're saying that you're seeking marriage, then you wouldn't even get to any of this. Most women that want marriage, they've already stopped the partying, the thottery, or as whatever the thottery is, and they don't seek validation. They seek companionship. That's right. I guess that's what's a little unnerving to me.
I would agree with that. So once women are, there's no black and white. It's black and white with the woman when she segues into ready to be married, because they're thinking about children and raising a family as being the secondary piece of their being womanism, and they're part of the marriage, because obviously a man can't birth a child. So if they agree to have children, then that's part of what she's going to prepare for mentally to sustain that. So if you find a woman that's still partying, and
she flat out, she's not ready.
Yeah, she's not ready.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving. That's my problem. If she's number one, the simple fact that he stated won't submit over stop partying and social media, to me, you already got your priorities mixed up.
You got the wrong one.
You're looking at the wrong.
You're looking at the wrong one.
Yeah. So I stand by that. And a smile. And we gonna get into that, because time after time, you cannot trust the big button and smile. Unless it's mine, then you can, because I'm gonna be honest with you up front. But we got some few comments that are in our watch party. Kelly said she needs some of that liquid courage. It's smooth, Kelly. It's very, very smooth. And it's gluten free.
That's right.
Then we say, what's up, Super Al? Rudy said a man must submit to the Most High before he submits to the woman. Before the woman submits to him. That's what he said. So
submitting to the Most High is submitting to your spouse, because that's who God gave you through marriage.
There it is. It is what it is. For the person that for this post right here, one, like I said, for me, the point that you said won't submit, and you put that above stop partying and quit social media thottery. And with the social media thottery, let's be very, very clear. Anytime you posting on there, you showing your physique, your body, you're doing a little thirst trapping, and it just is what it
100%.
is. You're doing a little, the difference is I'm just honest. If I'm going to post one that's just thirsty, I would let, hey, little sexy never hurt nobody, but it's a responsibility that'll kill you. That's my motto. That's what I'm sticking with. But that's what it is. But I assure you that if it's something, if you are the right person for that woman, or if you show that leadership skill, she'll stop. You won't even have to ask her, because she's going to want to preserve it. And a lot of times we miss it, because we hear the phrase all the time, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, meaning that it starts on the inside. So the outside follows the inside, and that's what is keep missing. So to this young man, sit your ass down, sensitive.
All the way down.
Sit down.
On the floor.
On the floor.
Not even a seat.
Yeah.
Don't even take a chair.
Sit
on the floor.
And go buy a case of Island John vodka.
That's right.
Because you're going to need it. Your whining self. So now we got that. And fellas, if there is anything that you would like for us to say on Under Black Men Speaks, make sure you just email me at info@theepiphanesuite.com, or you can send a DM. We are happy I'm happy to discuss. As you know, we're not afraid of it. And plus, I'm an advocate for black men. We have got to take care of our kings. We don't exist without them, and they don't exist without us. That's just period, point blank. We have been designed to think that one has to be stronger than the other, and the reality is the strength we draw off of each other. And plus, in my opinion, ain't nothing better than a black man. I love them. They just If God made anything better than a black man, he kept it for
Millennium
himself.
power.
You know what I'm saying? They yummy, they sexy, they smart, they intelligent. Just round of applause for them.
We'll take that.
Yeah. So.
And shout out real quick. You familiar with you gotta get my man Sean Crenshaw. You familiar with him?
I love Sean.
Yeah, get him on the show. He's talking about Ovation for Men, man.
Ovation
That's
for
cologne.
Men. Yes, Ovation. And it smells great.
It smells awesome, man. I spray one on every time I leave the house. I need to give myself an ovation.
Yeah, Sean, I love Sean. Sean actually said he's at the first Wine Love Glam. He is the one who taught me that you either a bad pick or a bad picker. That's who taught me that.
Man, well of wisdom from that dude.
Yeah.
Well of wisdom.
And when you first see, what I love about him, he catch you so off guard because you prepared to go and sit and have these big words and everything like that. And when you do talk to me, so humble, so down to earth, so straight to the
100%.
point. You know what I mean? And so super intelligent. So yes, I do. I'm working on getting him on here. Yeah.
Definitely get him on.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Shout out
working
to
on.
Sean Crenshaw, man.
Ovation for men, ladies. Get some of that fun. So there again, once again, fellas, when you asking for gifts and stuff like that, when you tell them what you like, we got your drink. That's all black.
Black excellence right here.
And we got your fragrance.
Black excellence right here.
And run me that cash app 20% for that good night. All right. So we're gonna take just a quick break, and we want to discuss something that would hit home for you in doing business with family. Is why you cannot trust a big butt and a smile, because up in St. Louis, this food and been a fool. So like I said, we're gonna just take a quick little selection so we can flip over, and then we'll be right back. It's the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100. I'm your girl, Miss Shala. Stay tuned. It is your homeboy's favorite homegirl, Miss Shala. You will listen to the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100, only on IBNXradio.com, every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
Ooh, how you doing, baby? No, not you. You, the bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name? Damn, baby, that sounds sexy.
Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. You saw I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. I hope no, that don't make me see what I want. Slip, slide to it swiftly. Felt it in my hips, so I dipped back to my bag of tricks. Then I flipped for a tip, made me wanna do tricks on them, lick them like a lollipop should be lit. Came to my senses and I chill for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell, hell makes me wanna shoot.
You packed in your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. Can I get some fries with that shake, booby? If looks could kill, you would be an Uzi or a shotgun. Bang! What's up with that thing? I wanna know, how does it hang? Straight up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover. Like Prince said, you're a sexy mother. Well, I like them real wild. B-boy style by the mile. Smooth black skin with a smile. Bright as the sun, I wanna have some fun. Come and give me some of that yum chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe. You make me wanna.
Let me bring you back to the subject. It is the Epiphany Suite right here on ATL's Next 100, only on IBNXradio.com. So make sure you catch us every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. We are also introducing a new section called the Discovery Room. So if you are following us on IG, you've seen that we posted that today. And the Discovery Room basically is like what we did today. We found a dope product, and we are highlighting and speaking with the owner, getting insight to it, let you know where to support it. We're planting seeds of support because we need for you all to support us back. So that's how that goes. So sitting in with me today is Mr. Kevin John. And Kevin?
What's up? Talk to me.
You know, working with family can be rough, right? Can be rough.
Can be rough. Is rough.
And up in St. Louis, restaurateur reality star Tim Norman was arrested in the murder for hire case of his nephew. And
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, so Tim Norman was if you watch on Sweetie Pie's, him and his mother, Miss Robbie, owned Sweetie Pie's restaurant, and they had a whole series on there. And Andre Montgomery was his nephew. He was on the show as well. Andre wound up getting shot. So they've been investigating it. Another reason why I'm telling y'all, these alphabet boys sitting at home, they got time to work the case for real. And he was killed, unfortunately. And it shows in the show chronologically where we know he was set up because made a phone call, went outside. And they arrested his yesterday, I believe. They arrested his uncle, who is Miss Robbie's son, in saying that he hired a stripper from Instagram to set his nephew up for $450,000 insurance claim. That the fool didn't even finish the paperwork on the insurance, so he never even got it. He paid old girl $9,000, and I seen an amount of $700. And they were using burner phones. And don't let them fool y'all. Y'all think they can't find them burner phones. You think they can't trace it back to you. Big Brother's always watching.
All that information's right there in the tower.
Unless you put that on pigeon carrier, and I wouldn't even trust the pigeons nowadays. They can find that if that's what they're looking for. Again, they got time. So he was arrested in that. And it's unfortunate because that's a family destroyed over money. Over money that you didn't even get. $450,000.
That was from a life insurance plan?
From a life insurance plan. So he took a $200,000 plan out on his nephew, made himself the sole beneficiary. He went back and added $250,000 more. The plan never paid out because he did not complete the necessary paperwork to the insurance company. At that level of insurance, they want to know how much you make. They want to know if we insure you.
That's a special kind of evil.
Yeah. And the reason why I say you can't. All premeditated. Your own flesh and blood. And the reason why I say you can't trust a big butt and a smile because Tim's hips is swole. That's a big boy. He got hips for days. And so because you killed your nephew, we shall always make fun of you and them hips. Well, we were doing it anyway, but now it's got a whole different meaning. But that's a special type of evil. And it was unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. You destroyed Tim has a son. His mother, she's lost so many. She lost her grandson's father to that same violence on the same street. Only for her to come and now lose. She's lost two sons because he's gonna go to jail, which he deserves. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
He's gonna go. So, what do you do to avoid? How do you keep from going too far with family and business? And that's why we're going to check on your daddy because we need to make sure he all right. Because we're not finna report this type of story again.
Give me the question one more time. How do you avoid...
from keeping going too far? Because when you get...
What does too far mean?
I'm not going to say this because this is evil. But to the point where it's irreversible damage. So because when you go in and you mess with money and things like that, people get all the way in their feelings.
At the beginning of the show, you got to lay it all out up front.
Okay.
You got to have the wisdom, which I didn't have at the time, to lay it all out up front and say, hey, we're going to go into business. Just like, take the family part out of it. If you was bringing your homeboy or a stranger off the street, how would you go about it?
True.
Right? So take the family part out of it and work it like a business. right? And if you take the family part out of it, you could then have some clarity on, okay, well, yeah, you're my dad, but, you know, we're handling business. You know, what you bring to the table, what I'm bringing to the table, what are the equal parts to that, what are the values to that, so that you feel like what you do is going to be worthwhile and what I do is going to be worthwhile, right? And, you know, make sure, because at the end of the day, especially if it's a startup business, it takes a team. Just like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a team to grow a business, right? And I'm a sports dude, and I look at growing my vodka business like a football team. You know what I mean? I'm just a coach, right? I'm looking for particular players and put them in key positions in order for me to make touchdowns and ultimately win the Super Bowl, right? So if you're not a good picker, you're not a good picker of that team, right? If you're not a good picker, then you're not able. So again, becoming a good picker, you have to grow yourself, right? So that you can recognize a good person to bring onto your team and what value they bring. So I would just say take the family part out of it, and you know, be straight up, be honest, be transparent, be intentional, and you know, put some benchmarks. Key thing, put some benchmarks in place so that there's an agenda, there's a plan. So when you reach those, and if you don't reach those benchmarks, then there needs to be some kind of repercussion or something that's, you know, you got to keep the fire burning on everybody.
You have to run business, and if so happen to be with family, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
And one thing we know now, you got to know who the hell hold the insurance policy.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep in mind, it's not that the money is evil, it's the love of money that is the root of it. It ain't the money. The money does what you tell it to do. Money and bullets do what you tell them to do.
That's right.
That's fact. It's the love of the foolishness with them that gets people in trouble. So we definitely send our thoughts and prayers out to Miss Robbie. I don't even want to imagine what she is going through. Because, you know, this your son, your grandson, over $450,000. And you got how many restaurants?
How's that life changing?
It's
450. How's that life changing?
That's no money.
I can see like $450 million. 450. I'm like, people make that in a paycheck. Come on, man.
You know what I mean? You didn't even win a lot. That ain't even a lottery number. So it's like
you was thinking real low.
Yeah, 400. You
to throw your whole life away? Come on, man.
And like I said, now you away from your son. You know, and it was not worth it. 450,000, like I said, 450 million. Trust me, you're not gonna even know I got it.
Yeah, 450 million.
You know,
you could build your own rocket ship and take off.
I'm going to Pluto. I've been trying to get to Pluto because the Earth gets so get to. But Kevin, thank you so much for coming to spend some time with us. For sharing your product. We speak nothing but the increase and prosperity to it. Make sure y'all go and get it. Make sure you ask about it by name. I cannot stress that enough. Make
Island John Vodka.
Island John Vodka. Follow them on Instagram. Repost. Tag them when you buy it and you have a drink. Yes. Tag them on there. I intend to, because he said I'm getting a bottle for my birthday, because it's my birthday, and I'm still accepting all gifts, all the rest of, you know what, because of Corona, damn it, I'm accepting for the rest of the year. Because I survived Corona, so I want it all.
Amen to that.
You know what I mean? Yep. So until next week, you all keep going. Keep going. Remember, nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. And it is happening for your good. Remember, you know who the test giver is, and the test giver authorized everything that's happening because he knew you could handle it. He knew you would overcome it. So it's designed for you to win. Just walk in that. Just walk in that and rest in that. And if you're anything like myself, I'm hard-headed. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the video I posted of how I don't know how to turn things over to God. I'm still trying to carry it. Shout out to Kavia Wade, excuse me, gave it to the wrong child, wrong player. Kavia Wade, gave it to the wrong child, but she always understands me. But I posted that because that's what I'm actually dealing with now, is learning to. A lot of times it's not in running, but it's in resting. So take it. There's no need us learning the same mistake at the same time. Rest. Whatever today is done, tomorrow take care of itself. And we'll be back next Wednesday, right here on ATL's Next 100. I'm your host, Miss Shala. Follow us on Instagram at Epiphany Suite. Also follow ATL's Next 100 on Instagram as well. I love you all, and I appreciate you all tuning in every week, dealing with me and my shenanigans, and loving me for who I am and what I'm becoming. See y'all next week. Goodbye. This is Miss Shala. You are locked in to IBNXradio.com. Don't even change it, because ain't nothing else on the internet anyway.